presentation is for a class called Clinical Exercise Physiology, which is a class about how exercise affects the heart and everyday stresses, how those affect the heart. So we're going to talk about cardiac output, the anatomy of the heart, the blood flow through the heart, and a few other things. So we're going to start by taking this basic heart quiz. So go to this website and put in the code that's on there. And it'll add put your name in and it'll add you to the quiz.
Oh, wow.
It's crayon. Okay. You have 20 seconds to answer each question, and the question is going to be up here, and then it's going to show you everybody that's answered, and then I'll talk about the answer. Are you ready?
No. Oh, I know something. Oh.
Wait, what?
Okay, I got this. You copy me.
Who was that one person? Nancy's supposed to be in there.
Where's that?
The heart is
Pants right there.
4 chambers.
Piccola. Just the answer first.
I got that one right.
Dang.
Yeah, see, Woozy.
You got the first one. Oh.
Oh, I got that one.
I didn't know it was all the other one.
I should have been first one.
Priscilla, you're such a nerd.
Oh
my god, I forgot. I always get this confused. Wait, I think I'm wrong. Dang it! My god!
The way I remember how to which one is which is because arteries take blood away from the heart, AA, and veins equals not the same. So,
But A's away.
yes.
Okay,
so-
cool.
Oh, okay.
That was one right.
Damn it, Nancy, 1 out of 10.
That's looking right. Oh, I got this. Killa.
Wait, what is this question?
It's true.
You said you got it! Okay, why you copying me? I didn't tell you to copy me. You said you got
Okay,
it.
so heart disease actually affects 1 in 3 women.
Wow.
It's the same as men.
How is that?
So it's
It's
equal.
the same
Hey,
as
so
men.
one of
Well,
us.
It
That
has
was
to
a
do with
Good
age.
question.
Not
So
me.
if you're younger,
So what'd you
men
say?
have more, but then
Did you call me
What's
one?
that?
It's a 1 in
women
3
eventually
women.
surpass when they get older.
I mean,
Because of like hormones.
1 in 3 women.
Yes, ow.
There's
Which is
one of them got
1 in 31
That's
women
gonna
die
be
from breast cancer and 1 in 3 women die from heart disease.
That means there's 3 of us in here.
The one
That's
of us
what
gonna
Priscilla was
die.
just saying. 3 of us that has heart. There's. One of us. Are you sure? I don't know why I just. about you. It's false.
It's true.
Oh, wait. I got it right.
Heart disease outnumbers all cancers combined in deaths.
See, I thought it was BC. Was
Oh,
the number one.
like hypertension.
Well, everything leads.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
because it's so
Heart
broad. That
disease
makes
is
sense.
very broad.
Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
High blood pressure.
Yeah, high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke.
That makes sense. Okay.
What?
Oh, sorry, 15. That's my birthday.
This is a fun game.
Where's Pam?
Wow.
Yeah, nobody got it right.
Your
Everyone
heart
was
is
so
actually
sure.
the size of 2 of your fists.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh.
That's your
Mine's the
brain.
same size.
Your stomach is the size of your fist. Your heart is.
You're right. Okay.
This was a trick
I
question.
already
It really
did
was.
pretty
Look, tricky question.
But
But I'm
Are you
tiny,
sure my
so.
stomach is as big as
Ow. I'm just gonna wing it.
It's either. Oh,
I was gonna say that.
Wait, what's the difference between an atrium and a ventricle?
Atrium is on
Atrium
top.
is the little one.
Is on the top.
And then
That's what
ventricles
atrium
should
would
be
be.
I'm gonna go for
Thank you.
Who was the one person that got it?
Me, thank you.
Ooh, you talked about this to me. I got this. Oh.
not gonna fall for that again.
What'd you choose?
Not gonna fall for that again.
What'd you choose?
Oh.
The triangle.
I felt I know how to tell.
Okay, I'm still with
I thought it was that one too. But I was like, oh, wait, I'm gonna
I never knew this. I think I have high blood pressure, so I'm gonna go with mine. No cheating.
I got it. Everyone got it right.
So the normal range, once you get to 120 over 80, it's hypertensive. And then once you get to 140 over 90, you're hypertensive.
What's normal?
Normal is 120 over 80.
Ooh, that's coming from
Oh, wait,
behind.
back off.
Oh, they just have.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Wait, what was the question?
What type of cholesterol is a good kind?
I know this.
Oh wait, no, I didn't answer. That's not. Oh, I chose one. Wow.
Stepping it up.
Y'all know what that stands for?
Yeah,
No.
high density
High
love.
density lipid.
Lipoprotein.
Lipoprotein. I was close.
I thought that was a
English
type of
major.
cocaine.
No,
High
it's
density
not
is
science.
the good
What's up?
kind because it has more protein. Because protein is more dense, and low density has more fat than protein. So that's how I remember.
Cool. Oh, science is fun.
Oh, I've been last day.
Cheerios.
Wait, no. You keep telling me answers or not? Cheerios are great.
Didn't fall for it that time.
I'm falling for that one.
Oh, I'm moving up.
I'm 193 points behind you.
Wait, my phone's part of that. We gotta make this fast.
What's
What's
A
A
and
and
B?
It's used.
Hey, you always talk to me about this stuff.
Yeah, I did that last
Yeah.
time.
I broke my streak.
So it's saturated.
Me
in
too.
trans fat.
50K, I'm coming for you.
Oh, I just moved up 2 slots.
I remember reading when I
Oh, wow.
I knew it.
A heart attack
I
occurs.
made my way up to third.
A heart attack occurs every 34 seconds, and someone dies of a heart attack every 60 seconds.
Wait, say that again?
I think in the last
Someone
place-
dies every 60 seconds.
Heart attack is every 30.
Look at me, I'm third.
Oh,
That was it?
Zach won.
Okay, so
Who's that?
now,
Whoa. Let's play this again.
Oh.
now I want everybody to try to take their pulse.
Oh.
Don't know where to look for your pulse.
Radio?
Radio
Or
under,
under?
radio
Under your thumb.
under your
Obnoxious.
Wait, can we do
I'm
it here,
asking
or you want us to do it here?
It's more preferred to do it on your wrist because
Yeah.
up here it affects
your actual blood flow. So like if it's an old person and you try to take their pulse right here, it could transfer their blood flow to their brain.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so that's why you do it here.
Have
why you
to
see
do a
people
timer?
walking
Okay,
down.
let me know when you say your time. So I can do mine.
What's
Oh,
up? We know
so
we're
counting.
No, PKO and timer over here.
Yeah, someone do a timer.
No, for
Want
us.
me to do a timer?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Timer. Hold on, I got you.
Just do 50 seconds.
Reset.
Stopwatch. Okay. Is everybody ready? Start. Okay, stop. And then multiply it by 4.
50.
Oh my god. I got
Are you sure?
What's 14 times
Mine
4?
is 88.
Mine's 72.
Okay, that's bradycardia. What's yours?
88.
So 60 to 100 is normal.
Yeah, we got 62.
But usually the lower the heart rate is, it indicates them how fit you're.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I'm
because
really.
it's,
Yeah, I run a
more
lot.
fit people have lower heart rates.
Yeah, so that's why we're 62.
Endurance athletes, they can get as low as 50s and 40s.
Yeah.
So they're like
I've had a
Still
48
considered
once.
bradycardia, but it's not bad.
Yeah, that's
And then over 100 is tachycardia.
it's not good. It's not good. You're lucky.
Okay, so the heart is a big muscly pump that weighs about 250 to 350 grams, and it's in the center of your chest. It's a common misconception that it's to the left, but it's in the center and it kind of points downwards. It pumps about 5 liters of blood at 60 to 100 beats per minute. Its job is to maintain a pressure gradient, so blood flows from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. So its job is to maintain a pressure gradient by generating high pressure to push blood out of the heart and creating low pressure to pull blood back into the heart. So blood pressure is the amount of pressure your blood is exerting on your artery walls when your heart pumps. And the interventricular septum, which is right here, divides the heart into 4 different chambers. So these are the 2 atria and these are the 2 ventricles. These are the low pressure areas and these are the high pressure areas in the ventricles. Each chamber has a corresponding valve. So when a valve opens, it allows blood to flow into the next chamber. And when it closes, it prevents backflow of blood into the previous chamber that the blood was in. When you listen to a person's heart, you hear a love-dove sound. The love is actually these 2 valves closing, the tricuspid and bicuspid, and the dove is the 2 semilunar valves closing. So you can listen to someone's heartbeat and know what it is. The atria are the receiving chambers, and the ventricles are the discharging chambers. And the atria are thinly walled because they just have to push blood into relaxed ventricles. And the ventricles have very thick, this is all muscle, have thick muscly walls because they have to propel blood out of the heart to the whole body. In this picture, these arteries are depicted in blue, which has led to the common misconception that blood is blue at some point. It's never blue, it's always red, but when it has oxygen in it, it's a brighter red. So the arteries carry oxygenated blood and veins carry deoxygenated blood, but in the case of the heart, it's the only area where these arteries are carrying deoxygenated blood to the lungs, and these veins are carrying oxygenated blood back to the heart. So it's reversed for the heart, but the rest of the body, arteries carry oxygenated. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, veins carry towards the heart. So I'm going to go over the path of blood through the heart. This is the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. The superior vena cava draws blood from the upper half of the body and pulls it into the right atrium. The inferior vena cava pulls blood from the lower half of the body and pulls it into the right atrium. And then it flows through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. And then it goes through the pulmonary cellular valve and goes out these pulmonary arteries into the lungs, which is called the pulmonary circuit. And then it comes back in through the pulmonary veins into the left atrium, goes through the tricuspid valve into the left ventricle, and then it goes out the aortic simulator valve into the aorta through the rest of the body, or it goes through arteries, then arterioles, then capillaries, then venules, then veins, and then back to the heart. The whole process really only happens in 2 contractions. So an action potential comes here to the sinoatrial node, which is up here in the atrium. It travels through this atrium, through both atriums. The atriums contract, and then it goes to the AV node, which is around this area. And it spreads down to the bundle of His, which is right here. These are all like nerve conduction fibers. And then it goes through the bundle branches right here and up through the Purkinje fibers, which causes the ventricles to contract. And instead of this all happening at once, it pauses at the second node for a very short period of time so that they're contracting separately and not all at the same time. If it's not working correctly, the contractions will be out of sync, which could lead to cardiac arrest, and that's when you have to be defibrillated. So when talking about blood pressure, the first number, the top number, is your systolic blood pressure, which is the pressure in your arteries when the ventricles are contracting. And then the lower number is your diastolic blood pressure, which is the pressure in the arteries when your ventricles are relaxing. Anything that causes your blood pressure to be too high or too low can be dangerous. High can cause damage to the heart and the vessels. From the increased pressure, your heart gets worn out from having to do increased work, and the vessels can become stiff or weakened by the increased pressure.
Okay, so there are 2 different types of hardening of the arteries, and hardening of the arteries is due to 2 different things. And so one kind of hardening of the arteries is atherosclerosis, and that just has to do with lifestyle or how you like eat, if you exercise, if you don't exercise. And the other kind is called arteriosclerosis, and that just has to do with age. So for sclerosis, there's a plaque buildup, and that's just due to the LDLs, fatty acids, and all the bad stuff just coming into your arteries and clogging it. And that increases your blood pressure, which is in time will, like Macie was saying, will damage your arteries and will not allow proper blood flow, which can affect your body later. And but in arteriosclerosis, that's age, and so at a certain point in people's lives, everybody's lives, your arteries will harden, and they won't be able to stretch to meet the demands of the blood or the different parts of the body that needs blood, and so that will happen. But with atherosclerosis, which is lifestyle, that's reversible. So if you change your diet or you start exercising more, you can eventually lessen the plaque buildup in the arteries, which will in turn lower your blood pressure. And I will show you how arteries get clogged. This is kind of the gross picture, but this is what clogged arteries look like in the process. So initially, how arteries start to get clogged is that there's an injury or a tear to the artery, and due to this tear, the tear is due to like LDLs or in other inflammatory substances. And when this tear happens, an inflammatory response happens that goes to the tear. And the inflammatory response includes white blood cells. And once they get there, they create bone bodies, bone cells. And then when they go there, they try to take up all the LDLs or all the inflammatory substances. But if there's too much, then the white blood cell will take it up. It'll burst. And so when that happens, the LDLs are released, and that in turn will cause more white blood cells to come. So this is a repetitive cycle over and over again. And the result will be in a fatty streak, as you can see right here. It's just a little white line. But over time, it'll grow due to this cycle, and it'll become inflamed. And over a longer period of time, smooth muscle cells will come over and cover the bump completely. So there's just a large bump. And over time, if it gets bad enough, it'll go like this, where it's only open a little bit to blood flow passing through. So that's affected due to that. And now I'm going to talk about cardiac output. And cardiac output is just the amount of blood pumped out by the ventricles each minute. And I found this really interesting, but there's a big difference between blood flow in rest and exercise. So as you can see here, there's a pretty even distribution of blood flow to the different areas of the body. So the intestines, they get the most, like when you're at rest, because they have all that stuff going on constantly, digesting and stuff. You can see the brain gets 15%, but when exercise happens, then mostly all the blood focuses on what's working, what needs oxygen. And so if you change, the muscles get 80 to 85% of all the blood flow in the body. So that's just due to the arteries vasodilating to allow the blood flow to go to them, and other areas constricting, the arteries constricting to allow that to happen.
And if you have hardening of your arteries, then it doesn't happen. Like you don't have dilation and constriction like you should. So that can't happen.
Yeah, and then it'll damage your arteries even more. And the cool thing about it is that the heart always stays the same. So it never compromises its own blood flow because it's where all the blood flow happens. And then stroke volume is similar to cardiac volume, but stroke volume is the amount of blood pumped out of the heart per beat. And so this is affected by the hardening of the arteries because this is due to arteries not being compliant, so there's a lower stroke volume, and so it's harder to get the blood out to the body. And going kind of away from that, I'm going to talk about more like other lifestyle stuff that you can do. The thing I found interesting is that dehydration can affect your blood level volumes. And so the blood is made up of blood, red blood cells, platelets, plasma, and all of the other like fluids and stuff. And so when you're dehydrated, the plasma volume drops, and which causes the blood to thicken. And so when a person has high blood pressure and clogged arteries, then it's not able to flow through easier. And so again, that causes high blood pressure and damage to the arteries. And for diet and exercise, most people the typical adult should consume between 1,200 and 1,600 calories per day, and get about 30 to 45 minutes of exercise, or not necessarily exercise, but something to get your heart pumping, not just walking around, just something to keep you moving. That's what it's recommended. Something else I found interesting is that even when you're at rest, you can burn calories due to your resting metabolism rate. And I found this. It says that a 50-pound person can burn about 70 calories per hour when they're sleeping. And so that kind of just depends on your weight. So a smaller person will burn less calories, but a larger person will burn more calories because their body's having to work more to get oxygen to the body when they're at resting. But mainly dieting and exercise need to be done together. So if you want to lose weight or again reduce your high blood pressure and atherosclerosis, then you need to combine those two, not just eat healthy or just exercise. You have to combine those two. Get a better lifestyle. Anybody have any questions?
Yes.
No, it's a serious question. You mentioned earlier about that during exercise, if like the arteries are they're not open completely or something, that the blood doesn't go to the muscle. Like what happens if it doesn't go while you're exercising?
It just fatigues faster and
You can't exercise as long.
yeah.
And you don't build as much muscle as you would normally. Because your body, like your muscle isn't getting as much oxygen. Which you can imagine also affects your organs when they're not getting enough blood. Any other questions?
Well, thank you guys.